Hello, my favorite people, and it's a Sunday and it's Mother's Day. And I just wanted to catch up with you guys quickly because, let me get that in view, because I am very busy in the week and haven't recorded as much as I would like to. And I would like to because I do love this little second baby channel that is more personal and more intimate and more calming, relaxing, and real and unedited. And do excuse the little red mark on the side of my lip. I've scratched a pimple. You know, sometimes I think it's from the toothpaste. I think like the hair follicle there gets blocked or something. So I often get it on the sides there, and I think maybe after I brush my teeth, although I wipe away, maybe some toothpaste just clogs up there. I don't know what it is, but there we go. So if there are any mothers listening, happy, happy, happy Mother's Day. And most of you would still probably be fairly new to my channel, so welcome again. And let's just talk about nails because I talk a lot about nails on the channel there. I had my nails done by a nail lady. This is what's called gel nails. But if you have a look there, I had these done on Friday. Today's Sunday. They already look like they're a week grown out. They're about a mil. She started them like a mil away from the cuticle, a millimeter. And I don't know if it's going to show on camera, but look how thick and bubbly the ends are. It doesn't show up too much here. Now, it's not the worst in the world, but it does kind of, I'm like, ugh, it bothers me. I don't like it when you see that sort of thicker, where my nail would be flat, you get the gel bubble, and then I want it to be up against the cuticle because I want it to last 2 to 3 weeks, not 1 week, where it already looks grown out. So, anyway, I gave this girl a try because she's really, 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 really inexpensive, super affordable. She's really lovely, but her style is just not what I like. So onwards, I search for someone who's affordable and good. She can be slower. This lady was also quick, but anyway, it is what it is. I'll continue on doing my own for a while, but I hope one day the YouTube millions pour in and I can just afford to go anywhere without even thinking twice about the cost of nails. Because let's face it, it's a luxury. It's not a have to, it's a nice to have. I do feel truly that it makes me look more polished, especially on camera. I talk with my hands a lot. And so that is why I'm not obsessed. I'm not a nail obsessed girl, but I do feel on camera it looks better. Tell me what you think, if you agree or disagree. And even these ones that are not what I think are nice, I mean, yeah, anyway, it still looks better on camera. So there you go. So to all the mothers out there today, ladies, I hope you acknowledge everything you have done and do for your children, and just revel in being a mother. I don't know, I've said it before and I'll say it 1,000 times over. I love being a mother. I love it. I feel like it is my God-given purpose on this earth. If you notice the lights changing, it's because we are having a power failure. One of the transformers blew down the road, and we are using a generator. This is Africa. Welcome to Africa, South Africa. There's always power issues. Even when we don't have load shedding, which is the scheduled power outages, we have transformers blowing. Anyway, it is what it is. And I suppose rather than complain, be grateful that we have backup. That we have backup. So I am lucky, and I really know the extent of how blessed I am. I do. And I am actively reminding myself of that every day, because I do find no matter what level of life you're at, financially, emotionally, age wise, whatever, you tend to forget all the blessings that you currently have. We all are, and it's fine, it's human nature. We are always looking towards the next level, the improvement, the pay raise, the increased views, the next job, whatever. We always want to go upwards, and that's good. It's wonderful. We shouldn't stop there. But while we are looking towards the next level, the increase, the more, the older age, whatever it is that we are looking for in the future, at the same time, and I think we are evolved and complex human beings, we can do these two things at the same time. We can also be so, so, so grateful for where we are right now and what we have. And I was just thinking about this the other day with my main channel, which has now grown to over 2,000 subscribers. Woohoo! And it really is like they said, it takes one video to launch your channel and make it take off. It's taken one video, and my channel has grown exponentially, which is great. But I realized that while I always wanted that, I wasn't ready for it before. Like, it's taken me a long time to be emotionally, mentally, and spiritually ready because of all the comments you get. Some of them are negative, majority of them are really, really positive, and I love that. But it's taken me this time to be ready and to grow into accepting, not accepting, that's the wrong word, into knowing myself fully so that the negative comments don't get to me. And I've spoken about this as well. You get more of the idiot comments on TikTok, but even there, majority, overwhelmingly, it is positive comments. In fact, I think I mentioned it on this channel. I had so many people come to my rescue when, on a TikTok of mine, I got a comment saying I look old and wrinkly, which had nothing to do with the TikTok. I was making a TikTok about, was it food? Some food. Oh, yeah, it was chips. Pringle chips compared to another brand. Anyway, so the TikTok had nothing to do at all with me and how I look. And someone had to make that comment. Do you know how many people came to my defense? And there's a few things to unpack there. Number one, they are right. I do look old and wrinkly because I am old and wrinkly. I'm not very old and I'm not very wrinkly, but I'm not 20. So I understand most TikTokers expect to see 20 somethings on there or even 18-year-olds, whatever the age is. So they were right. And also the fact that that is seen and immediately everyone understood that to be a criticism or an ugly thing to say, a bad thing to say, a negative thing to say, when it really is just a description. And I mean, I've said this to my son. It's like when you say to someone that they are fat, even if it is a description of how they actually are, they may be rounder than they are tall, they are fat, but in society it's seen as a negative, even though you may be thinking it just is what it is. I don't care whether they are or not. And the same thing with being old and wrinkly, it's a description, whether I am or I'm not, so what, it is what it is. But in society, we see it as a negative, and we all kind of understand that you shouldn't say that to a woman. And like I said, everyone was like, well, they all said, well, that's got nothing to do with the person. How do you look? And that's so rude. And why are you being so mean? And I thought about it, and I thought I could take it as a negative, but my reply to them was, well, I am old. So what? And that's when I realized that I had matured to the point where the negative comments, they don't get to me. It didn't get to me. It didn't. And I realized, phew, that's good. I'm free. So it gave me that sense of now I can be on social media because people are going to say mean things. They are going to say whatever the fuck comes into their head. They could call me anything. They could say I look like a monkey's ass. Who knows? I don't know. Someone could say anything. And I need to have enough self-assurity in me that I'm going to be like, okay, that's your opinion. So be it. And I think I'm there. Probably the universe will come and test me and I may find I'm not there yet. But yeah, I knew in that moment with that comment, because I still don't feel affronted by it, actually. It's weird. Even though I am the one who talks a lot about aging and anti-aging and wrinkles and looking older, it actually doesn't bother me. And I think also what is freeing me is really being over 45 when I'm just like, I think I've had enough years trying to fight the age and the aging process where you realize you can't. It's you fighting a losing battle, and with that has come acceptance. And it's very calming. It's very calming. Not that I won't, I mean, I will always use probably like a retinol. I'll always probably do my best to look after my skin, whatever, wear sunscreen, all the good things. But probably not go to down dead ends to chase anti-aging. I think that's where I've come to in my mind. And yeah, I was having a discussion with a friend the other day in the gym, and this friend has just turned 43, and it's a male. Okay, so he's younger than me, but he's also noticing, and he says like he wakes up after a good night's sleep and he just looks tired, and I'm like, I know, welcome to the club. I feel that every day now. I just permanently look not tired, but I guess tired is one word, but just you know what it's like. You guys, if any of you are over 40, you're just like, come on, man. But I can see for him it's this new thing, and I've been through that part where I'm like, oh my God, it's happening. And now my sort of mental attitude has shifted, so it does change, and I kind of knew it would. But when you're in the throes of, oh my God, what's happening to my face, you don't think you'll get here this fast. Oh, I didn't. Um, Now I'm like, okay, so I look tired. Okay, so there's another wrinkle, there's another whatever. There's some melasma. It's more saggy on the side there, that jowling part. Okay, so what? So sue me. Okay, so what? I'm finally getting to that point of so what? That's that Pink song. And so what? I'm still a rock star. Anyway, I'm not going to sing, and sorry for you guys, but so I'm coming around to being a much more mature version of myself internally, which is great. It's great. And then I made a TikTok about how over 40 we're so much more worthy and valuable because we have all of this life experience. And I do believe that most of us, the majority of us, are better people over 40 because we know ourselves and all the good things. And then somebody said, well, just wait until you get to over 50. And I was like, yeah, like she was saying, you just are so much freer. And for the most part, your kids are grown up and you've got this internal freedom where you don't give a flying F anymore. And your kids you've done the job of raising them. And so you have this rebirth, this free time and a new you. And I'm like, that is what I want. I can't wait for that. Not that I wish my son to grow up any faster or my partner's son. I love them where they are right now. They are so cute. It's this 14, 15-year-old cuteness of little awkward becoming men's, and it's so sweet. I love it. So I'm enjoying so far the teenage years as a mother. And everyone says the teenage years are so tough. So far, so good. Knock on wood. I know there will be some trying times. I'm sure. Of course, there will be. But, sorry, I'm just unlacing my tacky. Remember what I said a tacky was? A tacky is South African for sneaker. I'm just unlacing my tackies because I've just come home after taking my mom out for a Mother's Day brunch with my stepfather, and that was so lovely. And now it's time to chill, and that is what Sundays are for. So I hope if you are watching this on a Sunday or whatever day, I hope you always take some time in the week to chill. I really want that for you. And always carve out some time for yourself, for your mental health, to de-stress, to unwind, to decompress, because life can go at a million miles an hour. Even for those of us who have a less stressed life than, let's say, a businessman or whatever, there is something in the air today. I think it's social media. I think it's being always connected, where we always feel, I think it's also being on all these WhatsApp groups. We're always feeling stressed and harried and rushed and like we are not living up to some standard or we are not there yet. And I'm here to tell you today on a Sunday, take a moment. Please, please take a moment. Take 10, take 1,000 moments for yourself, because that is what your life is every single moment adding up one on top of the other. And we need to just be here now. And I know it sounds cheesy and cliched. It is, but it's the truth. It is the truth. Be here now. Breathe, please. Take a breath. Breathe with me. I'm going to do it now because I never stop, especially now that I'm a content creator. I can't believe it still. My mind never stops. I'm always thinking of new ideas, little captions, thumbnail designs. Luckily on this channel, I don't do that. And yeah, my mind never stops. It's racing all the time. And sometimes it's good and it's fun because it can be very, very, very creative. But sometimes I'm like, whoa, just whoa. Oh, before I go, I would love to chat with you about the new Brooke Shields movie, Mother of the Bride, because I was talking about that with my mom today, and she didn't finish the movie. It's very cheesy, so don't expect much. It's really, really rom com cheesy, cliched, predictable ending, no surprises, and in fact, some weird things like these music scenes that just pop out of nowhere, and it's not a musical. Anyway, and then at the end, the Bollywood dancing stuff. I'm not too sure what that was about. Fun, but weird. But it was interesting because I said, yeah, Brooke Shields, she looks her age. Great. She looks 58. She is 58. And my mom said, oh, she looks so much older than that. And I found that so interesting that we had different perspectives on, does she look her age or not? And then my mom said, yeah, but if you look at Jodie Foster in Naiad, she looks so much younger than Brooke Shields. But then again, it could be different lighting. It could be just a whole different, because Brooke Shields is in a rom com where you expect more of a glam look. I don't know what it is, or Jodie Foster's just good genetics or whatever. But I thought Brooke Shields looked her age. I mean, that is what she looks like. And 58 is 2.5 years older than me. Well, maybe she, I don't know. I thought she looked great, actually. I thought she looked realistic, like she hadn't had too much work done, if any, maybe nothing. I don't know. And I like that. I think that's what I enjoyed about how she looked in Mother of the Bride. But she looked like this strong woman who has entered her era. I don't know if like that came through to me. Maybe that's why I just thought she looked great. She's a stunningly beautiful woman. She looks now regal, statuesque. She's got this. I don't know what it is. She looks like a tall woman as well, but she just emanated something. And I mean, the movie was shit, so I felt sorry for her being in such a bad movie. But I just felt like I could sense she was a woman who had come into her own. So, of course, typical me, I did a bit of Googling afterwards and I see she's got a podcast as well, which I'm dying to go and listen to. It's called What Now or Now What? One of the, I don't know, Now What, I think it's called. Anyway, you can Google the Brooke Shields podcast. And then she's also on Instagram. I see she's written a book that's going to come out. And yeah, I love it. I love that for her. And I watched her documentary, Pretty Baby, and I thought that was very touching. And I think she was the one who wrote the book on postpartum depression. I think it was Brooke Shields. It's one of these actresses. And I remember reading that when I was going through postpartum depression and how valuable that book was. Was it her? Jesus, my memory. You see, old age, eh? But anyway, the point is, I just felt like, number one, I'm glad to see more movies showing midlife and older women in them now as the central character. Thank God. So we've got that one, we've got The Regime, we've got Naiad, we've got, I don't know, I must look on Netflix, but there's so many more movies now, and they are showing older women in all their beautiful, aged glory. And I think it's wonderful. I love that. I love that for us women. Thank goodness. All right. Happy Mother's Day again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.